and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you 4 tips on how to cope with travel anxiety. Number 1 is to prepare. It's nothing worse than if you're an anxious traveller than rushing around last minute trying to get things done or forgetting something and then going into a blind panic. So my tip would be to write a list of everything that you want to take. So write down your individual items of clothing that you want to take, the bikinis, the swimwear, medications, important documents, toiletries, makeup, everything that you want to take. Write it down on the list and then check it off as you put it in your suitcase. Now this will ensure that you don't forget anything, and if you do write the list a couple of weeks before you're due to go on your holiday, if you do forget to write anything on the list, you're not panicking thinking, oh my god, what have I forgotten? You've had 2 weeks, 3 weeks to think about what you want to take and if you've forgotten anything. So try and write the list sort of 2 or 3 weeks before to give you a chance to, remind yourself if you've forgotten anything, and make sure you're crossing it off as you're putting it in your suitcase. Now, another list that I like to write before I go on holiday is a list of things I need to get done before I go. So will that be clean the house, clean the car, get my money, travel money, sort out my passport, hit a work deadline, anything like that. Write it down on a list of things to do, so that, and give yourself enough time to get these done before you go on holiday, so you're not rushing around and it's not adding extra stress to your trip. If you're an anxious traveller, you'll already be probably feeling quite stressed. So if you can tick off these things as you're going along and make sure that you're all prepared before you go. Another thing I like to do to prepare for my holiday is to clean and tidy my house. I love to come back and it's all clean, tidy, and as well it works for before I go, because when I'm in a sort of clean and tidy environment I feel a lot calmer. So I do things like polishing and vacuuming, tidying everything away, washing my bed in to make sure it's all fresh for when I get back. Just little things like that can make a huge difference to how you're feeling, and I think it's a great thing to do before you go on holiday. And another thing to prepare is, again, check all your documents are up to date. Do this like a couple of months in advance, like check your passport, make sure you've got all your travel insurance, things like that. And then I like to take pictures of everything and email it to myself in case anything gets lost, and then I have a copy. And again, it just takes away that worry of, what if this gets lost, or what if this happens? You're already prepared and you've already got copies of every document that you would need. So I really like doing that sort of step, and it just helps me to calm down and think, well, if that goes wrong, this is what will happen. So it's all about being prepared. Also, pre-booking your seats. If you're an anxious flyer like me, I personally like to sit on an aisle seat so I know I can get out if I need to. So I make sure I book that one, and then the person I'm travelling with will sit next to me. Again, if you like the window seat, you might want to book that. So it's all about sort of ensuring that you know where you're going to be sat and that you feel comfortable on the plane. As comfortable as possible anyway if you're an anxious person. Another worry I have is, what if my suitcase doesn't make it to the other end? Well, how I stop that is, again, packing spare clothes, a spare bikini in my hand luggage, and again it just takes off that extra worry. I don't have to think about it. I've got a couple of clothes. If my suitcase does get lost, no worries for a few days, it's fine, I can deal with it. And the last thing I like to do is to plan my outfit for the plane. I like to be comfortable, but I also like to look, quite put together. I don't want to look slobbish, because that can help, make me feel not my best self. So I like to lay out a nice comfy outfit beforehand, lay out my makeup, my outfit, my shoes, in the order I'm going to use it, and then I can just wake up on a morning, put it on, and I'm ready to go. It just takes out the decision making there as well, because when you're anxious you don't want to be making really, a lot of decisions. Plan it the night before or a couple of weeks before and lay it out so you're all ready to go. Number 2 is to educate yourself. Quite often when we get anxious, it's because we don't know what's going to happen. It's fear of the unknown. So if you can educate yourself with the facts of flying and replace those irrational fears with facts, that's really, really going to help you. I recently watched a video on the News 24 YouTube channel, And there was a captain on there and he was explaining the different noises that happened during takeoff, landing and throughout the flight. And that really helped to calm me down. And every time I heard those noises then when I was flying, I thought, that's for that, that's for that. Because quite often I would hear a noise and think, oh my God, what is that, what is that, what's happening? And even just something simple like the cabin crew pressing the call button above somebody's chair, I would panic and think, what is that, what's happening? But now I know it's probably just them saying, oh, can you fetch more sandwiches or something like that. So that really helped me to calm down this time. And also he explained about turbulence and how normally if you're in a car and you're driving along and you go over a bump in the road, it's kind of like that for an aeroplane. You hit turbulence and the plane might sort of bump around a little bit, but it's nothing to worry about and it's an everyday part of flying. The captain and the cabin crew are not bothered about it, so I just I'm not too bad with turbulence, but if, like I say, educate yourself with the facts, why it happens, what's happening during the flight, and I think that that will really help you to calm down. There's many YouTube videos on there with pilots and things like that explaining things that you can go and check out. I'll link below the News 24 video that I watched, which really helped me. Another thing that helped me was I discovered an app called Plane Finder, and basically it just shows you where all the planes are that are flying around in the world. And you know, I didn't know how many planes were up in the air. It probably sounds stupid, but just knowing that there are thousands and thousands of other flights going on in the world and they're all going fine, and you know, they're not all crashing and plummeting to the floor, it's fine, it's the safest method of travel. So that helped to calm me down as well, to think, actually, do you know what, this isn't the only plane in the sky, there's thousands of other ones. And I'll link a little picture so you can see just how many flights are actually in the air at one point, and that really did help me. I think if you are really anxious and you can't sort of calm yourself down, you know, the facts that you're finding out aren't helping you, you can pay to go on airline courses. So I think EasyJet do them, and even airports do them. I know Manchester Airport do them, and you sort of pay to go on there, and there's psychologists there, really experienced, you know, flight crews there, and they teach you how to deal with the fear. They teach you, there's psychologists that help you to really understand it and to help you through it. And they even, some of the ones, they are more expensive, I think they're about £300-400, actually take you on a 45-minute flight. So again, that could be something to look into if you're really anxious and you're finding that none of these other tips are helping. So I'll link below to some courses that you might be interested in looking at. But always remember that knowledge is power. Remember to replace those fears with facts. Number 3 is relaxation. So a few weeks or months before, you might want to try meditating or mindfulness activities, as these can help to rationalise your thoughts, enhance your relaxation and reduce stress and anxiety. However, meditation and mindfulness activities, they do need practicing, so the earlier you start to do these, the better, and the more benefits that you will feel from it. I'm actually going to take part in sort of a month-long meditation exercise thing. I'm going to try and meditate each day and see how that makes me feel. So I will document it and do a video at the end of it if you'd like to see it. But I do think that meditating really helps to calm me down, and it's something I did before I went on holiday, and even the night before I did it and I fell straight to sleep. So it really does help to calm you down. And you can do this anywhere. You could do it on the plane, you could do it on the car journey there, you could do it on holiday. So anytime you feel anxious, if you do some meditating or relaxation tapes, it really helps to de-stress you. A couple of my favourite apps are Headspace and Relax Light. Headspace is brilliant. It just sort of do 10 to 15 minute meditations. They're really good, and it really starts off at the basic level, so if you're really struggling with it, it does really help to get you into meditating. And the Relax Light, it's a 25-minute long audio clip, and the man on there is just trying to get you to calm down if you're feeling really anxious, and that one is brilliant. That really helps me. But the only thing with that one is it's just one sort of recording, but again, it's brilliant. So I'll link those below. But there are many other apps out there that can help you with breathing exercises and relaxation, so try those out if you're feeling anxious. Tip number 4 is distraction. So take lots of little things with you in your hand luggage that can keep you distracted. So it can be things like a book, your favourite book that you're reading, a puzzle book, magazines, a journal that you can write in, that you can doodle in, and also apps on your phone. So I find that the brain games are really good because they're quite distracting, and I really liked using those whilst I was on the aeroplane if I was feeling quite anxious. Netflix as well, you can actually download some programs and movies now onto your phone, but if you do that you need to do it sort of a day before you go, otherwise they delete off your phone. So again, I downloaded Friends and some of the programs that I was watching that I could just watch on the plane, and it would keep me distracted. And what else is that you can do? You can take your laptop, everything like that that will distract you. Keep switching things. So if you're reading your book on the plane and you start to feel a little bit anxious, put it away and do your puzzle book. Or then if you start to feel anxious, put that away and start watching your favourite TV show. Again, if it's making you anxious after a while, swap it and play a brain game or do breathing exercises. So keep switching them up until your brain sort of has a chance to calm down. I find once I'm on the plane and I've got lots of things to do and I sort of make myself at home with all my different activities, I am quite calm, but I have to have lots of little things to do and switch them up, because when I'm panicking, my brain can't just focus on one thing because it's sort of here, there and everywhere. So I just switch it up, and my partner laughs at me because I'm always pulling things out and doing different things, but by, you know, sort of an hour into the flight I am feeling a lot calmer and I can focus on one thing. So take things that make you happy, calm, and that you enjoy to do, and it will really help to keep you calm throughout the flight. So that's everything. That's my 4 tips on how to cope with travel anxiety. If you're really enjoying these self-help videos, then please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.